Hey, YouTube, Skijaramas here. So I have something I really quickly want to run by you guys so that you're in the know here on the YouTube channel. If you've been paying attention to my Patreon, or if you're pledged to that, you would already know this, especially if you're paying attention, but I haven't really brought this information up to my YouTube audience, so let's fix that now. So, for a while now, for the last few months since I started my Patreon page in earnest, the way it's more or less worked is I upload content, people at $10 or more get said content up to a week in advance, and eventually it comes up to YouTube, most notably a week after its initial upload onto Patreon. The notable exceptions to this are in the case of what I call freebie releases. Now, freebie releases are essentially just one-shot readings that I record and then put out on the same day on Patreon and YouTube. No wait time. I still charge my patrons, but I don't penalize my YouTube audience in any way for not being pledged on this one. They get it at the same time. It's a no-wait deal. And they're usually just fun one-offs, like Dragons Don't Like Flowers. That was a freebie. And of course, there was Freebie Week way back when, like last month, I think it was. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. So with that in mind, I need to run by you really quick that the system, it's nice and all, but I'm making a slight addition. Most notably in the form of Patreon exclusive content, mostly in the form of near readings. First and foremost, and most prevalent, will be my reading of Soaring on Little Wings by Tom 117Z that I will be starting on come this upcoming Saturday. I will be recording that, I will be posting it. The first chapter will also be coming up here on YouTube, but after that, all of it will be up on the Patreon for the foreseeable future. Once the story is done, who knows, maybe I'll drop the whole reading in one massive slog onto YouTube all at once, but, well, that's going to take a while because I'm only going to be recording one chapter a week, and it's a multi-chapter story. It's already well over a dozen, so this is going to be a multi-month process. Now, as it is, I want to let you guys know that you don't have to pledge at some enormous amount. $1 is helpful, truly, from everyone, and I do want to make it clear, if you pledge, remember, I charge on a per-content release basis. If you pledge even at $1, you need to know that I typically aim for 20 content releases per month. Now, I don't always hit this. In fact, quite often, I miss it by a few. But that's not really the point here. The point is, I release a certain number of content releases per month. As a set goal, it's usually 20 that I aim for, if nothing else. So bear that in mind if you decide to become my patron. I don't want to bleed anyone dry financially. I don't want to overtake. So make sure, if you pledge, for which I thank you in advance, that you promptly set your maximum monthly pledge amount according to how much you can actually afford to shell out on my sorry ass, if you are so inclined. I really would feel terrible if I bled anyone dry financially in so doing this. I really do not want to compromise any of my fan base. I really appreciate the support, but I don't want to have to put you guys into a position where you would need support. That just strikes me as counterintuitive and honestly kind of selfish. The main idea behind why I'm doing this Patreon exclusive content is mostly so I can really start to give back in a more direct way, so to speak, to the people who have actually pledged. I mean, everyone's been getting the same content, even if on a slight delay, no matter your pledge amount, or non-pledge amount in the case of the YouTube channel. You've all been getting the same content as everyone on the Patreon page just a week later. I really want to make sure that I am giving something special back in return to those who decide to pledge, because, well, I mean, they're shelling out money on my sorry ass. I want to make sure that they're getting something worth their time in return, something extra. Because it just makes sense. The YouTube readings are on YouTube. It's an open platform. Patreon's a bit more exclusive, and if someone's going to shell out money for me, I want to make sure that they get something back, and that's kind of the whole idea here. So the first of these exclusive Patreon-only readings is a story called The Death Altar in Twilight's Basement. It's a one-shot based in the Idiocyverse, kind of like Twiggles the Bunny in Twilight's Castle, or the one with Gummy and Boulder. It's up right now on my Patreon as of the uploading of this video. Go check it out if you want. I'm kind of rambling. I'm improvising this whole thing, so do bear that in mind. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any and all inquiries and questions you have. And thanks for the continued support and views, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming in to listen to me hurt my lungs for a living. Or an attempted living, at least. Yeah, well. All that said, I don't really have much else to say on the topic right now. Ask your questions, and I will answer. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the readings I continue to put out going into the future. Thanks again. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.